We've all been in situations where we want to low-key just fall off the face of the planet and wish we never ended up there in the first place. Kind of like me doing a squat on the floor topless to my stream right now. I'm out of breath because I did push-ups because I wanted to get a chest bump. Because I'm doing a YouTube intro. I also just shat myself. Okay, let's just watch the video. Situations I'd Hate to Be In by Derek FDB.
In this life, we make a lot of decisions. And we're gonna be making some today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we'd have some fun and I'll test my judgment a little by going over some would you rather questions sent in by you guys. And not only to test my judgment, but to test y'all's too. Let's see how many answers we got in common. Like, are we locked in, tweety? Sorry. But be warned, like I just told y'all, they're sent in by you guys and I know how y'all get. First question comes in from Requiem Empire, who says, would you rather spend 1 week in the wild or 1 week in prison?
Ooh. It depends where the wild is. Like, I could camp in the fucking Midlands in the UK for a week. I could probably do that. I mean, as long as you find a water source, like, you're not going to die from not eating for a week. Although, yeah, prison's not that bad. It depends what prison you get put. My fat ass not surviving against a bear. Yeah, I guess prison. It's not going to be that. It's more if you just get, like, beat up in prison and shit. Depends what crime you've done. If you send me in there saying I've been a nonce, then yeah, I'm cooked. Like, I'd probably pick the wild. But if I've gone in there because I've fucking nicked a car or some shit, then I'm alright. But it'll probably explain.
Love your vids. Thank you. You know, both of these are objectively buns, but I think one of them is clearly the better option. Living in the wild ain't as sweet as a Tarzan in the Jungle Book made it out to be. Because in the wild, I will not only have to find food, find water, make shelter, but I also gotta deal with whatever bugs and animals are around me. This is not a vibe. The first year already enough of a problem. Find food, water, and shelter? The frick I look like, the outdoor boys? But adding some wild animal on top of that stuff just makes things even worse. Cause knowing my luck, it won't be freaking Baloo and Turk or Timon and Pumbaa I run into in those woods. With my luck, I bet it'll be like a freaking dragon. But not in prison though. Cause prison's the complete opposite. I get free food, free water, free shelter. Bro, I even get a roommate. You know, he might be a little handsy at first, but I'm sure I could convince him to chill. Plus, it beats running into the freaking Ender Dragon. And
to be fair, yeah, if you know you only did a week in prison, you just be really chill with everyone. Because you know you're not... Like, the thing is, if you go into prison, you've got like a year there, or like fucking God knows what, you know you've got to like suck up to people and like figure out. But after a week, like, yeah, even if you do get roped into something, you're only there for a week, so just don't fucking die. Easier said than done there.
The only thing I gotta worry about in prison is the showers. Because to put it lightly, I'm all about community and teamwork, but I don't want no hub score on my back. So I'll pick prison, but I'm gonna avoid showering that whole week. Hashtag quarantine vibes. David McKenzie on YouTube says, would you rather be in an alien invasion or zombie apocalypse?
Alien invasion doesn't necessarily have to be bad. I mean, an invasion is just them coming here, right? Zombies, if it... I don't know. An alien invasion, the world might still be like fine. They might just like take over. Whereas a zombie's just bad. It's just annoying. Yeah, not World War Z zombies. What, the ones that come fucking running in? Like a normal zombie is just like, and then loud noises over there, and they're just like, I don't know why I'm doing more of a T-Rex, but the fucking World War Z zombies, and they're just like, yeah, then I'm cooked. If I saw a World War Z zombie coming up from me 100 meters down the road, right, I'm looking at the most instant way to eliminate myself in Fortnite. You know what I mean?
What kind of aliens we talking about? Get in, I love my immigrants. Alien invasion or zombie apocalypse? This depends on what kind of alien invasion and what kind of zombie apocalypse we talking about.
Just said that.
Because if it's some home alien invasion, y'all know that movie. But some Resident Evil zombies, yeah. I don't want no parts. They got a sack spider lady running around.
Whoa.
I'm good. Giving them aliens. But if it's some xenomorph aliens and some Night of the Living Dead zombies, you know, the ones that walk super slow, give me the zombies a million times. So it really all depends. But honestly, I'd say on average, alien invasion movies are usually scarier than zombie apocalypse movies. Zombies at most are dead idiots with superpowers looking for some brain. But aliens, the sky's the limit with aliens. They could be as simple as E.T., they could be the killer clowns from outer space, they could be the engineers from Prometheus. Bro, they could be Thanos. Yeah, I'm good. I'll take my chances with that sack lady. Seraph Davies and Gom on YouTube says, would you rather be the walrus in Tusk or be the dog in Good Boy?
Oh, I know the walrus in Tusk. It's like the guy that gets turned into a walrus. I don't know what the dog in Good Boy is.
Bro, These both suck. If you don't know, this question is pretty much asking, would you rather pretend to be someone's dog for the rest of your life? And when I say pretend, I mean pretend. Like, you gon'
What the fuck is this?
be eating out of a dog bowl and stuff. Or option 2, get turned into a literal walrus. You can see why these both suck, but I'm definitely choosing the first option.
Yeah, I was gonna say the dog. At least you live in a fucking house, and like a dog bed's pretty comfy. I don't know whether you lot have ever slept in a big dog bed. A walrus, what? I sleep on some fucking concrete and have to walk about in water. Dog.
Because at least Frank from Good Boy gets to keep all his limbs and even gets a dog girlfriend by the end of the movie. Not under the best circumstances, but hey, it's better than what Wallace got. He got nothing.
Good boy. This, I mean, I don't know. This shit's scary. He's just like dead dogs and shit. I mean, they're both just a bit fucking weird. Whoever makes those films is just weird. What breed am I picking? A big dog, hopefully, so they don't shove me into a little fucking chihuahua. I don't even know.
By the end of his movie, he was limbless, homeless, and girlfriendless.
Yeah,
and that's how it ends. Nobody helps him. Yeah, bro, I'm good. Bring me a bone and a collar. Pause. I'm picking Good Boy. Bango Cat from the Discord says, would you rather fly or teleport?
Teleporting is obviously more practical. Flying, I don't want the fucking. I've heard people bring up like, oh, but if you flew, your body would fall apart and you wouldn't have. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Teleport is so much easier. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to die with teleport. Although, it depends if you teleport to the wrong place. But if you're saying, oh, I could die whilst I'm flying, then you have to say, oh yeah, I could die whilst I teleport. Tele is better, but flying is cooler. TP doesn't really have so many bad things. Yeah, I guess. I mean, flying would be cool, because you could just like turn up somewhere and be flying. But teleport would be more nonchalant, so.
Oh, I like these. Flying, as everybody knows, is like a superhero staple. But personally, if I could fly, I don't think I would ever do it, or at least not often. Cause you know, it's cold up there, travel time could vary depending on the weather, my hair gonna be all messed up when I land. But worst of all, unlike most other forms of transportation, if I could fly, I would have to travel alone. Yeah, that would suck. Like, what if I'm trying to go on a date and this girl knows I can fly, so she wants me to take her to France or something? I won't be able to take her. Like, yeah, bro, I can fly, but it wasn't no 2-in-1 special. It ain't come with super strength for me to be freaking carrying you 3,000 miles in the air. And that's not even considering how fast I'm gonna be flying. Like, what if I could only fly as fast as I could walk or run? I think I just wouldn't fly at that point. That's kind of embarrassing, no? Teleporting, on the other hand, instantaneous, zero travel time. I can go wherever, whenever I want. And if it works like instant transmission, I can take someone with me. This junk is amazing. I always like imagining these superhero questions in situations where I really need them, like an armed robbery or an awkward conversation. Teleporting works perfectly for both.
Yeah, teleporting is better. It has more uses.
Like if you catching up with one of your old buddies, you know, you haven't seen him in a while, and you ask, hey man, how's your grandma? My grandma's dead. Now imagine having to awkwardly turn around and fly out that situation. That junk will be horrible. He's just gonna look up and be like, why does he fly so slow? So I'm going teleporting. Literally only downside is I might spam it so much that I won't be active at all and might get fat. But that's what comes with the territory, baby. I'm a teleporter. Ain't got time for walking. Lin Jen from the Discord says, would you rather pancakes or waffles? Oh.
Ooh, waffles are good, but pancakes are more universal. Oh, like, oh my God. When I went to Amsterdam, right? I went to Amsterdam last year, absolutely cooked holiday, right? But in the morning, the one morning, we didn't wake up till late. We hadn't really eaten. We were walking for fucking ages. We were all starving. We get to this place and we had like a 50-minute wait for our food. We were ready to leave, but then this fried chicken and waffles, it was like a hot honey fried chicken and waffle. Oh my God, it was dreamy. I mean, it probably also, you know, was part, I hadn't eaten for 16 hours. Waffles are cooler, but I haven't eaten some in a long time. Yeah, true. Why'd I go to Amsterdam? If you're wondering, I smoked one Ziggy and then realized I absolutely fucking hated it. I've smoked Ziggies in the past and I just hated it. And then I tried it again in Amsterdam and it was shit. But yeah, waffle, probably waffles, you know. I actually just prefer them.
Okay, probably the comments one of the video. You know, for the longest, pancakes were always my favorite. Like, they were my baby. But then one of my friends made me that Tyler the Creator Eggo recipe and I dropped that baby.
I'm not finished. W reference. Am I going to have to... Did you engage in some red light district activities? I mean, if you count walking around the red light district as activities, and yes.
Have you ever had bacon and syrup?
I'm not finished.
Baby. But then one of my friends made me that Tyler the Creator Eggo recipe and I dropped that baby immediately. So I'll go waffles. I still like pancakes, but that waffle crunch is different. Shout out my friend and shout out Tyler. I like the song She. Would you rather be rich and depressed or poor and happy? Oh.
Poor and happy, right? If you're going to stay in one state for the rest of your life, you go poor and happy. Because poor and happy can be like some fucking Tasmanian Donny. Rich, I'm already depressed. Rich and happy. Rich and happy, I'd go with, yeah. Poor and happy is you now. Yeah, pretty much, bro. How poor are we talking? Yeah, I guess it depends. If I'm like some poor fucking Chinese man living in the mountains that like does his daily routine, just has his family, then bro, he's a happy man. He don't know any different. You know what I mean?
Oh, this one's easy. Rich and depressed. I got these dollar
Oh, okay.
bills to wipe away my tears. Nah,
But
I'm just kidding. Poor and happy. John Bond 8104 on YouTube says, would you rather French kiss a relative for 5 minutes?
At least if I'm rich, my chances of living are bigger because I don't have anything. Yeah, but what's the point in... Okay, this is a bit deep. What's the point of living if you're not happy? I'm not here to justify, you know, I don't want to bring it up because I don't want to get fucking banned, but you know.
French kiss a relative for 5 minutes. You're so gross. Or be forced to poop yourself in public with at least 100 people around.
Am I pooing my trousers or... Okay, story time. I went on a run once around where I live. Basically, I went on a run. It was like a 7 or 8K, so about 4K away. I had to go from where I am through like the main town centre back. Well, I actually didn't. I could go round to the other end, and on the other end, I had to have a poo mid-run because my stomach was fucked. I had to have a poo in a bush, right? It was awful, okay? Went down this lane. It was like it was just in this bush. It was gross. And then there was this couple that started walking towards me. So I tucked in further to the bush and then made it look like I was having a piss because it's less embarrassing having a piss. It was awful. It was like sloppy and farty and shy. And then came out and then I was like, right, boys, can we run home? And then all the two other lads that I was running with were like, yeah, let's run through town. So I ran through town with a shitty arse. It was fucking awful. There should be no story for either of these. Yeah, I can't say there's a French kiss with a relative. Depends. Third cousin wouldn't be that deep, you know what I mean? I don't have any cousins, so...
Yeah, bring in that crowd and tell them no recording. I'm not kissing my relatives. Talking about
facts.
Kiss my relatives. Who do I look like, y'all? And yeah, I'm saying you guys, because this is definitely going to apply to at least a few hundred of y'all.
Did I even try wiping? Yeah, I tried to use a leaf, but like it was genuinely wet. Like by wiping, I wasn't like getting a little crumb out. I was just spreading it across my butt cheek, so it was better off staying concentrated where it was, you know what I mean? I have a cousin that's 9 years old, bro. That sounds like a you problem.
The Alba guy on IG says, would you rather fight 5 Derek FDB sized chickens or 1 chicken sized Derek FDB? 5 Derek FDB sized chickens? We can all agree those are some pretty tall chickens. What, like 5'10", 5'11", maybe even 6 feet if they got Timbs on? We can pretty much say 6 feet, right? That's tall. 1 chicken sized Derek FTB though, I'll just kick him. That's easy. And if I'm being real, I think I'd rather fight a chicken sized Derek than like a regular sized chicken. You know, chickens could like fly and poke you and stuff. I don't want to deal with that. I could just kick a little human. Come on, y'all. These are getting too easy. Kakarot wants
to That's like saying, would you rather fight a little the 2-year-old child or like 5 ostriches? Because an ostrich is just a massive chicken. You know what I mean?
YouTube says, would you rather have world peace or do a Kamehameha once?
I'm not a Dragon Ball fan. World peace, but...
Alright. I'm gonna need y'all to hear me out. Come on, y'all. It's a Kamehameha. It's never been done before. Don't go judging me. You know what? Fine. I'll pick world peace, but...
Although Kamehameha, wouldn't that be like unlimited energy? So if you like prefaced it with some scientists and be like, I'm about to create the most energy-filled explosion ever, find a way to capture and harness it, and then you get infinite sustainable energy for the rest of life. That could bring world peace, you know what I mean?
I'm doing it reluctantly. Scylla's eater of dirt. Scylla's eater of dirt on YouTube says, would you rather date my dad or date my mom? Choose wisely. Give me your mom, bro. Rick Grimes 40469 on YouTube says, oh, y'all gonna love this one. Would you rather be white or black? This one's hard and maybe controversial. Some of y'all know after what happened on the island I'm from a couple 100 years ago, I'm already kinda both. But if I had to pick one, I'm torn. It's like I resonate so much more with black culture, but being white would be a whole new experience. Like, y'all don't know how good y'all have it. Everyone knows there's certain things white people can get away with that other people just can't. Certain things that a Connor can get away with that a Jose or Jameer just can't. And don't play dumb with me. Y'all know exactly which things I'm talking.
I'm intrigued what he's gonna say. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm just...
That's right. silly white phrases. All my life, I've had to go around hearing white people say all this cool stuff I couldn't say. And it's infuriating.
Just saying black people say the N-word. I'm not allowed to say that. Is that not like a silly... Okay, I'm probably throwing myself in the bin.
Like sometimes I want to say silly stuff like, you're on thin ice, pal. Or, oh really? You in what army? But I can't.
I mean, you can. Just sounds stupid. So, like, it's like, I can't say what's good in my heart, but I mean, that's a New York thing, but you know what I mean.
Every time I let out an "oh shucks," I'm met with stares and rude comments like, you're whitewashed, or why are you doing that voice? I'm sick of it. Like, why can't I say those words? Why does it sound funny when I say it? I have a white friend, so that's why in this scenario, I'm choosing white. I'm choosing being white. I'm sorry, I know I'm sacrificing natural bounce and rhythm, but this is personal. I need this. Plus, imagine how smooth police interaction would go. There wouldn't be an ounce of fear in my blood. And
I'm not going to get fucking political, right? If you're just a young guy, right, in the UK, I can only speak for the UK. I've only had like one interaction with the police. But if you're a young guy, white, black, it doesn't fucking matter. They just don't like you because they just like having like power over like a younger kid. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not worse for them, but I just feel like they just don't like you. It's like old people don't like young lads. My interaction with the police was, I was 17. I had some older mates that were the year above, so they started going out like clubbing and shit. So I just passed my test and they were like, "Oi, can you pick me up? Can you pick me up?" And like drop us home for like some money. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. This was like my first couple of weeks of driving. So I was like, "Oh yeah, on lifts." Waking up at 4 o'clock. I never understood how people did that. Why are you waking up at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning? How fucked is your sleep schedule? Or how much do you just not care about your sleep? I gave up after like 3 weeks of trying it for people. But point is, got there, pulled up, I'm knackered as a fucking horse or whatever, and turn up and all the lads start putting like traffic cones and like road signs in my car, and I'm there just like sat in the window like, okay, there's 4 lads like doing this, they're all drunk, I'm just gonna sit, pull the handbrake up and just not go anywhere. And then the police came up and put on like their lights and then pulled up and they were like, "Right, what you doing?" And they could see that they were all drunk and I was fucking sober, but then they were like, "Oh well, we're gonna you're the driver, you're responsible." And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious? You can see I'm 17 and I'm doing a lift. I'm just knackered." And then they thought they were being funny. This is my point. They thought they were being funny. They see him a bunch of lads. We are all just a bunch of white lads. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter, but he came up to us and he was like, "Right, you're gonna have to get out of the car, mate. You need to come to the station with us." I'm like, "What? What the fuck have we done?" And they were like, "Oh no, we're just joking with you, just joking." I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake. What are you doing to old people to make them not like you?" No. I speak to loads of old people, right? And I always say hello. Like, I walk my dog a lot, so I say good morning to every single person I go past. But young people, like, older people always have, like, this just prejudice to younger people, don't they? Anyway, what the fuck topic were we on?
Animation Maniac from the Discord says, would you rather be able to see all of the past or all of the future?
Past. Because future would stress you out and your life would feel meaningless. The past, you could just be like, that makes sense. Because also, if you see the future, yeah, you can see the gambling score, but then you also see if you're rich or poor. Yeah, see all the past.
Okay. When you say all of the past or all of the future, do you mean all of it? Like, if I go to the past, do I gotta sit there in spectator mode from the start and watch cavemen kill each other for a handful of berries for 1,000,000 years? Or do you mean I could go to whatever point in time I want? Because if that's the case, that's dope, but also hard. On one hand, I have the option to uncover all the truths of the past. How were the pyramids built? Was the Bigfoot photo real? Who was on that island? But then on the other hand, I can see how far civilization gets in 100 or 200 years. What advancements will we make? What new problems will we face? Robotic Hus, it's too difficult. You're literally giving me the option to see a prime Michael Jackson performance live or get early access to GTA 7. This is a tough one, I won't lie, but I'll say this. If I can interact with time without it changing nothing somehow, and no butterfly effects or anything, I'll pick the past. Not even to...
Yeah, I think I'd agree. The past, because it wouldn't drive you crazy, because it's like it's already happened, there's nothing you can do about it. The future, if something bad happens, it would drive you crazy knowing you can't do anything. You'll just be a conspiracy nut. Yeah, but that's fine, because yeah, you'd want to tell people, but there's also something in, like, you know when you know the answer to something and nobody else does, and you're like, oh, you know what? Kind of cool.
Solve some own mysteries or interact with people or whatever I said. I mean, they'd probably get some disease from me anyways if I went back too far. But I'd pick it just to kick it with my parents when they were younger. I think that'd be pretty cool because I don't know about y'all, but my parents have told me some crazy lore. Like, what were y'all, bro? The Dominican Bonnie and Clyde? But if I can't interact with time and just spectate, I'll pick the future. See when AI finally enslaves us and get all the lottery numbers for the next 5 years. Come back to the present stacked. OnlyFearGod.aj on IG says 6 or 7.
6.
Alright, last one. And it's a good one. Kenzalicious on IG says, would you rather date a slave owner or a racist?
Racist. Oh, racist, I think. Yeah, because a racist could just be to like one tiny little race and you just kind of forget about it. Yeah, which race do they hate is a crazy. But like if they're racist, they could just be racist to like Bolivians or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know whether that some like tiny minority, and then you just don't interact with those people and you just don't see them. But a slave owner is just kind of peak. But the slave owner rich, true. Also, is this a slave owner in like the past or like now?
I think I know my answer for this one, but I have a question. Aren't these the same thing? Like, obviously,
Yeah,
the races are not on a slave. I mean, look at all the modern day races. They don't got any. They just be up on
Yeah,
Twitter.
true. If you're dating a slave owner, you're going to be racist. So you might as well date the racist without them owning slaves.
Talking about crime stats. But this question is implying that a slave owner wouldn't be racist. Like, he just does it to do it. That's ridiculous. You act like you're going to walk up to one and he going to be like, nah, man, nah. I just own them. I don't think I'm better than them or anything. I just really admire how they work. Like, you know what I mean? That just won't happen. Aside from a few exceptions, most slave owners are usually
13 Years a Slave. I've never watched that film. It always used to scare me. I had a nightmare about this film because I remember in like the scene. Oh no, maybe it wasn't that film. I don't know.
But for this scenario, let's imagine they somehow weren't. Slave masters somehow weren't racist. Who would I date? Well, it's not that simple. Because now that we know that this hypothetical has a clear distinction between the two, I gotta ask myself, if I'm a date a racist, what kind of racist are they? Because y'all know there's levels to this stuff. I like to call it a spectrum. At the start of it, we got everyone. And I mean everyone. Everyone watching this, you fall at least at the beginning of the spectrum. I don't care how open-minded you think you are, how progressive, you right in here with us. But don't worry, this is the type of stuff that's not harmful. The playful stuff. You know, this is the stuff one of your friends might say to you and you both laugh it off, but you'll be like, that was low-key racist. But it's cool, you laugh it off, cause hey, no harm, no foul. There's nothing wrong with that. Like if my Irish friend called me up right now and was like, "Oi Derek, I bet you love eating plantains," or some Irish stuff like that, what you think? I'm gonna get mad and say no? No, why would I do that? He's right. I would just tell him, hey, Sean, don't you got like some Lucky Charms to be looking for or something? What you calling me for?
Racist for racist. It is a little bit of a nerve.
And we would be good. There ain't no harm in this. I love Luck of the Irish. It's a small, innocent generalization amongst friends. I would date this. As long as she's not calling me boy, we good. But I have a feeling this is not exactly what the questions talk about. This isn't the kind of racist I would have to date in this scenario. So now we gotta move a little higher on the spectrum. More in the middle. And this is where it starts to get a little iffy. This is where the generalizations leave that fun, joking territory to, oh damn, he's racist. Because the stuff these dudes say ain't no, oh, you're Arab, so you must love chicken over rice. Nah, the ones they make, you know, those people just tend to be more violent than the others. Yeah, this is when stuff gets dangerous because they think it's true. They think it's all true. There's no jokes in this part of the spectrum. Nah, they genuinely believe all stereotypes are like fact, like set in stone. And the scary thing about these dudes is they blend in so well. You won't even know you're dealing with one until they start talking. You'll be thinking you're talking to a regular dude until he says something like, you know all Asians know Kung Fu, right? Really? All Asians know Kung Fu? Do you honestly believe that? Somehow some people do though. And dating this would not be fun. Cause I know I just said they blend in with the common folk, but some of these dudes are one step away. You light a fire under them and they become the last part of the spectrum, which is the one I think Ken's over here is talking about, the extremist. Now these is the one I'm scared of. Cause these dudes don't tolerate anyone who's not in the same club as them. Like, I don't know how I date this. I just be fearing for my life the whole relationship.
But surely that would be the slave owner as well. How much would you do for 5 subs? I'd do a pistol squat with my shirt off for 5 subs. Can you add some oil and do it 5 times? I'm afraid I've got no oil on me. So that 5 subs, you'll have to keep it to yourself.
A rain check going to the movies because your girl has to go to a clan meeting? That would be terrifying. Especially if you already bought the tickets. Who are you gonna go with? I will say though, I'm not gonna say positive. The only respectable thing about these extremists is they stand on who they are. Now hear me out. We all see
5 pistol squats dry. Which leg? I mean, I'm just not going to get 5 gifted, but now I just kind of want to prove to you that I can do this. Left leg, and you have to hold an object in your right hand. Okay. Object in right hand. 1. That counts. I also went on a run today and trained legs yesterday, so allow me. What do you mean L count? What, do you want it lower? That counts. Okay. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Oh, there you go. I'll do an extra one because I kind of fucking hurt. Fitness challenges for subs. I would do that. Oh, we actually got tricked. W. Yeah, I bet you thought I wasn't going to fucking do it, did you? I bet you thought I wasn't going to fucking do it. W tricks. Is that all it takes? Another 5 gifted for 5 on the right leg. Okay, right, W5, but we need to finish this video.
Now, hear me out. We all seen that one video Pootie did with that one racist dude in Arkansas. He is not very fond of anyone but white people. But he stands on it. And that's low-key real, but he's also a real bad guy, too, so. At least if you married one, they'll be honest. So now back to the question. Would I rather date a slave owner, a person that literally owns people, or a racist? Someone who has a very messed up worldview, but doesn't own anyone. Probably the person that owns people. At least they ain't racist. That was pretty much all the would you rather questions I wanted to go over today, guys. I know this video was a little different, but I had fun. I don't know about y'all. I had fun. Comment down below how many of the ones we had the same answers on. And comment down below if y'all want a part 2 of this. Let me know. Let me know. A gazillion likes, I'll do a part 2. Also, I'm doing a Halloween costume competition in the Discord. So if you think you got a cool costume and
That's hard.
you want to shot some dollar bills, join up, you might win. And moral of the story? Would you rather make loadings a server admin or garlic aioli? I think I'm more of a garlic aioli kind of guy.
There'll be a fucking video. I mean, I don't need to shout out Derek FDB. I love these videos, bro.